Guys, bad news. The Department of Agriculture announced that it will stop giving out food stamps on November 1st. It's a pretty big deal. The SNAP program, also known as food stamps, serves about 1 in every 8 Americans. From its memo, the USDA has blamed Senate Democrats, saying that they have blocked bills to reopen the government and that the well has pretty much run dry. If you're not familiar, SNAP provides families with debit cards to buy groceries. On average, a 3-person household receives $574 a month. That's about $6 per person per day. The Democrats have argued that it's not that the government doesn't have the funds to cover SNAP, but that those funds are being used somewhere else. Early October, the Trump administration said that the USDA will not use contingency funds to cover SNAP benefits, and that those funds needed to be saved for emergency or natural disasters. Some states have said that they would like to keep SNAP running, but without federal funding, it probably won't last that long. More than 1.1 million residents in Massachusetts could lose their benefits this month, while in Oklahoma, SNAP recipients are being told to turn to food pantries for more help. Okay, guys, bad news.
Shalom, shalom. All praise be to Yahweh, Shemi Shai, B'Shem Kakadosh. The bonus to the elders and apostles, great most of very well. Shalom to the elect. Yeah. As you know, the government shut down. The food stamps and EBT cards. SNAP benefits. Season stopping, stripped. Not only that, a lot of people losing. That was said losing their jobs, government jobs and stuff like that. A lot of black women lost their jobs in America. Almost 500,000. So things are happening, man. Things are happening in society. Yeah, especially by the Great America, because it's in a decline. Yeah. Now, obviously, these are the plans of the elites, but ultimately, it's the plan of the Heavenly Father that wants to bring destruction on Esau's empire. Because Esau, he's stripping all these benefits so that people can get desperate and then be seen as a point of salvation. And then he's going to usher in that solution, which will be the CHIP, man, the implantable device in Revelations 13:16. It's just waiting for people to get desperate and chaotic. So it's justified in chipping people, justified in slamming people into concentration camps in prison. Okay. Putting the animals in the cages. Okay. This is all going into the Hegelian dialect, the PRS, the problem, reaction, solution. You see a lot of false flag attacks, crisis actors, agent provocateurs, controlled oppositions, people posing as your friend, but they're actually your enemy, and so forth. But nevertheless, judgment is still happening. People are losing jobs, people are losing their benefits, man. And guess what? To be frank, to be real, a lot of these, especially women, have gotten away in this society. In Babylon the Great America, even here, things are going on in the UK. Rachel Reeves, on the talks about stripping benefits and stuff like that. So they're basically on the same page, same course, because there's an agenda behind it. But yeah, these women, especially our people, the so-called black women, Latina women, you chose benefits rather than family or your man. Yeah, they've been doing that ever since, man. Years ago, man. Getting the man out of the household so they can receive benefits. So they relied on the government. The government has become their father. Yeah, and has allowed them to live recklessly without facing consequences, man. Okay, but that's getting stripped away from you. And what does the Bible say? about a time period like this. Yeah, it's not going to be easy for you women. This is Isaiah 32:9. It says, "Rise up, you women that are at ease." Yeah, see, they're at ease. Yeah. Women got an easier life than men in this Western society, man. Yeah, socially, economically, any way you can think of, women got an easier life, man. Yeah. Women are not held, you know, to a standard as compared to men. Okay, women, men are not, women are not penalized for the same things. If a man and a woman does things, a lot of times women get a slap on the wrist. Yeah, and the benefit system is mainly geared towards helping women, man, which is to the main goal of it, is to make sure and maintain the division of the family structure, so they don't become dependent on men, but rather dependent on the government, which the government wants what? Total control. Um, yeah, so rise up, you women without ease. They can get those benefits with ease. Yeah, they can have bare children with different men instead of being scrutinized or put in like some form of cap or something like that. You know, they get to be careless and reckless, as it says here. Hear my voice, you careless daughters. So that's what this women of the women of this generation have become, man. Very careless, reckless, doing what they want, entitled. Okay, give ear unto my speech. Many days and years shall ye be troubled. Yeah, ye careless women. So guess what? Judgment is coming upon these women. Okay, for the vintage shall fail, the gathering shall not come. Okay, you're shopping, you going out to get things. Yeah. The gathering is what? Gathering is like going to shop. Vintage, like the vineyard, the grape crop. So the things that are nice, things that you want to buy, the benefits, the easy the easiness of getting things is gonna stop. Okay. Okay. The gathering shall not come. Your shopping, your benefits is gonna cease. Tremble, ye women that are at ease, be troubled, ye careless ones, strip you and make you bare and gird sackcloth upon your loins. A lot of women facing the homelessness, sleeping in their cars, ain't got no place to stay. Hey, a lot of these women are pretty as well. So in these last days, when all hell breaks loose and it turns into purge, what do you think is going to be happening? Women are going to be ravaged, man. Women are going to be taken advantage of. You know, men that have been imprisoned by these women, men that have been put through the system, caught through these women. You know, women that made certain these men's lives hard or hell. They're going to be seeking revenge, man. Yeah. When there's the ambulance stop, the police stop. Yeah, because the fire services stop because it's going to be strikes. It's going to be too much to handle. Yeah, they're going to be doing walkouts. This is beyond my pay grade. I didn't sign up for this. All of that. So things are going to be happening in the world, man, and they show you in these movies. Women that have committed adultery, you stepped out on your man. You know, And the man had to start again from scratch. His money and supplies and resources have been, you know, drained by women or through the court system and whatever. Yeah. They shall lament for the teats, for the pleasant fields, for the fruitful vine. Yeah. So guess what? They're gonna complain, they're gonna lash out, they're gonna cry, they're gonna mourn, they're gonna suffer because they're not gonna be receiving these benefits, man. Okay. A lot of women are gonna realize that you need a man to survive. You need a man to live. Okay. Where's that with scriptures, man? That I was reading. Mm. Ecclesiastes 12:3, it says, "In that day when the keepers of the house shall tremble," these businesses, these companies, employers, "and the strong men shall bow themselves, and the grinders cease." Grinders represents what? The laborers, the workers, because they are few. Yeah, because guess what? Either people are quitting their jobs because they're getting paid less, or payment is being withheld. So, or they might say too much workers and we need to release people. Okay, do a reform uh, and put more focus onto AI and robots, so then there's no need for manpower. Okay, grinders cease because they are few, less workers, and those that look out of the windows be darkened. What was that talking about? The economic what do you call it, forecast? Wall Street, stock market, the progression, the economic progression of society in a decline. Yeah, the power of the dollar forever decreasing. Yeah? People are realizing that there's no hope, there's no bright future. Yeah, windows be darkened. Okay, and the doors shall be strut in the streets. L downs, man, curfews, military patrols. Yeah? Harsher rules and harsher laws to get you arrested and imprisoned. Yeah? ICE agents, um, brutalizing the public, being merciless. When the sound of a grinding is low, and he shall rise up at the voice of a bird, and all the daughters of music shall be brought low. Yeah, music, entertainment is going to be no longer regarded as of importance, because people are going to wake up to the reality now of that harsh, rude awakening, man. People are no longer going to be spending their hard-earned money to buy tickets to go to Ariana Grande concert, man. Or what's that name? Taylor Swift, Beyonce, and all these people, all these rappers. No more paying money to go and see a MMA or boxing match, NFL, football, soccer, whatever it is, because people are going to start thinking about their stomachs, man. People are going to be thinking about themselves. People are going to be thinking about their kids, their homes, yeah, their well-being and security. Yeah? People are going to break out of the breads and circuses, man, the distractions. Okay. This is Genesis 47, verse 15, and it says, straight to the point, it says, "And when Money failed in the land of Egypt, and guess what? Babylon the Great, which is America, is spiritually in the book of Revelation 11:8. It says it's spiritually Sodom and Egypt. Yeah. So same, similar, and worse judgments are happening to uh, Babylon the Great America, which is also spiritually Sodom and Egypt. It's repeating itself again. The judgments are repeating itself again, but in a worse scale. America is going to get the worstest judgment is because it's the most wickedest empire, man. Ruled by the most wickedest people in the planet, man, which is the elites of Esau, the seed of the wicked, the seed of Satan. Yeah. Okay. The so-called white man so-called white men, starting with the top elites, families, banking families, people that own the major big corporations, media, and so forth. And when money failed in the land of Egypt and in the land of Canaan, all the Egyptians came unto Joseph, yeah, and said, Joseph, who was a son of God, the Israelite, okay, the Lord appointed him, second command in Egypt at that time. The Lord blessed him, gave him that favor. Yeah, see, and people were seeking for salvation, man, because of famine. It says, and said, give us bread, for why should we die in thy presence? For the money faileth. You see? So apply that to here. Babylon, the Great America, UK, the Western world. People are going to get desperate. People are going to suffer. People are going to go through pain. Right? And that's when that Hegelian dialect is going to take full effect. The PRS, the problem, reaction, solution, which Esau, Edom, the elites, are going to present the implantable micro device, man, in your bodies for total control, track and trace. Okay? Because people are going to be desperate from the famine. Matthew 24, get straight to the point. Verse 6, and he says, and ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom. Yeah, so there's going to be wars, divisions, civil wars, and so forth. And there shall be famines, a shortage. Shortage of what? Lack of money, lack of food, supplies, resources, water, benefits, jobs, a lack of anything that you can think that is important. It's going to be stripped. And pestilences, okay? What's pestilences? I'm just thinking if I'm allowed to even say the word on YouTube, because sometimes saying certain buzzwords can clip the video, but the new uh, new mutating this is, diseases, man, plagues, okay, and earthquakes in diverse places. And guess what? You can also add in, because it says it when Isaiah, what was it 29:16? The Lord shall visit with storm and tempest, earthquakes and fire. So it's happened to Jamaica, man. You know, blessings, safety, and comfort to the brothers in Great Millstone that that teach in Jamaica. May they themselves and their families be kept, blessed and safe, man. Shout out to them, and may they stay strong in the spirit of Yahweh Shemashai. Yeah. So all these judgments, man, is happening. Okay, and things are just gonna get worse and worse, man. All these are the beginning of sorrows. So, in other words, it's just the tip of the iceberg. Okay. So yeah, a lot of these women are gonna get judged, man. Guess what? There's men on it as well. And guess what? A lot of the narrative they don't want to push out there is that a lot of white people are on. Most of them are white people that are on these benefits. You know, they could be dead. They could be dead broke, or they got a decent job, and they're still on it. You know, so yeah, it's judgment, man. A lot of you Jake women, especially so-called black women, Latino women, you lived reckless and careless, and you enjoyed, you know, abusing the system to your favor because, deep down you didn't want to be dependent on men, man. So now you're going to be left high and dry, man. Okay, either left high and dry for you to survive. Yeah, and remember, women are not natural hunters like men. Okay, so you're either going to be left high and dry, or you're going to be approached. But the approach that you're going to get is going to be very scary, man. Because you're going to be approached by wild military men that will seek to ravish you, people that came out of prison, your ex-partners that you've might have had an altercation in the past, or you ruined their lives, you put them on, in the system. They're going to take their stresses and anger upon you, man, which you created. But anyways, with that, man. But guess what? Those sisters that follow and listen, may the Lord protect you, man, and your family. Those that are keeping the faith, the Lord Yahweh Shemshah will protect you away from danger, man. If you be respectful to your man, to the prophets of the Lord, right, and do the right things. Yeah, but anyways, with that, all praise be to Yahweh, Bashim Shai, Bashim Kakadash, the one that said elders and apostles, great most well. Shalom to the elect, Shalom.